Good morning. It is Tuesday, Tuesday, March 3rd, and day 2 of being a housewife. My old schedule at work was Tuesday through Saturday, so today feels like the first day of doing something different. And let's see what I've done so far. I am, I would say, notoriously slow to start in my procrastinator nature, but the vacuum is out of the box and mostly set up. I am going to ask Bennett to screw in those things because I don't want to find the toolbox and do that, but I'm so glad just to have a vacuum and tackle some of those dust bunnies that you did not see here. And then something that has been really beautiful to see the outcome of is just to take some of our new utensils out of the plastic that they came in and scrub them up and put them in this utensil holder from Amazon that matches all the pink that's going on here. But these are Sabre, and Sabre Paris. I don't know how I first learned about this, maybe from the store Big Night in the city, but these are a gift from Bennett's grandparents, and I just love the color. And color in general. I think Rachel Autry is someone who really inspires me just to make things pretty and colorful and fun, regardless of, matching or whatever. Just the joy of color. We've got our purple pot over here that's kind of part of the same sentiment. I cleaned the stove top today, though I think I could use help in getting that better. And yeah, so I should probably do it this way. Bennett plans to come by for lunch later, for which we'll have some microwave chicken sausages and ready to eat rice. And his Bible study does this rotating breakfast contribution, and I think our turn gets to be this week to fill in for a friend, which is an honor. So I'm gonna see if that prompts me to leave the house in this cold rain to get some supplies. See you later. Okay, this is the next big project. At least it feels big to me. I have been using just buying these glass water bottles every day, or buying them every week and then consuming them every day and recycling them. But it's not the most sustainable financially or probably environmentally, and so Bennett has helped me to get excited about transitioning to back to one of those water filter pitchers. I had one for years and then I probably didn't do a sufficient job taking care of it, and then it grossed me out, and then I moved away from it. But here we've got this, I don't know how to say it, maybe Arc water filter, and it comes with these granules and I don't know, this pouch for them that is stainless steel, and I think you just keep replenishing the pouch, or the holder with the different granules. And I don't know exactly what I'm in for, but I think once I learn how to do it, it will feel more straightforward. And then these bottles are glass bottles that have these silicone coverings over them. I want to do that thing with the nails. Let's see. Nope. Okay. I gotta have longer nails for that, maybe. This color is called Cocoa. These are pink, and they're 27 ounces. And this one is Cobalt. And then we've got, I don't remember what this one's called. Maybe Shell. It doesn't say. I think that's Shell. And maybe this is Butter. And so the brown and the blue are supposed to be Bennett's, and then this pink and yellow is supposed to be mine. My thought is that if I wash them in the mornings, then he can still take one to work and I can use one throughout the day. We just kind of swap days. But again, the color definitely makes me more excited. So let's see what we're in here for, and peep this beautiful tray that Cynthia got us. All right.
Freezer. So, because we didn't want it out for too long.
Bennett's home for his lunch break.
Delicious.
No trace of his lunch.
Delicious.
It was
Delicious.
just that microwave rice and some sausages. And we used the utensils, which was really exciting. And guacamole. And Bennett brought me some acai. The world is a better place with you in it. So encouraging always. And now he's back to the trenches as I figure out this filter pitcher thing.
She gets to figure out how to hydrate us.
At least it's out of the box now. All right, dopo. All right, lunchtime is over and we're back to the office, which is the kitchen. That breakfast group that's meeting tomorrow. The original plan that I was thinking was just easy go, like store-bought donuts. But I was looking in the cabinet, thank God, and saw that we had this lemon cake mix that expires on March 8th. Today's the 3rd, so tomorrow is the 4th, and it's good to go, but I don't want to really use it beyond that point. So the plan's going to change, and I'm going to try to make this cake mix in a loaf pan. Let's see if we have it in here. Yeah, buddy. Okay, so here's that loaf pan. I was going to clean that up, and I asked Bennett on the way home to grab some blueberries. So we've got our blueberries here. I think I'll toss some into the mix and then keep some for him to bring to the group because we got with it just a big thing of yogurt and props to Bennett. He chose this cool granola called Cinnamon Maple Crunch from Uncle Crumble, so he'll have to let us know how that goes. And some blueberry preserves. So we're thinking parfaits with granola and blueberries and like lemon cake slices with blueberries in them too. So I hope it goes well. It sounds nice. I would eat it. And then I think while the cake bakes in the loaf pan, which I read can take up to like an hour, I can try to tackle that water filter pitcher thing. All right. Let's see. Oh, and I bought this hand lamp for $5 because I know Bennett likes it, and I like having some like movies that you'll possibly repeat in your Apple library. All right, bye. So I enjoy things about baking. One of the things I don't enjoy is all the little measuring cups and trying to clean them because I feel like the openings are just like too small for my little like dish scrubber thing, and we power through that and we do the best we can, but if I could avoid that, I would be happier. So I looked up just adding vegetable oil, and it says to add 1/3 cup, and the serving size on the vegetable oil is tablespoons, and Google tells me that there's about 5 or a little bit more than 5 tablespoons in 1/3 cup. So and a tablespoon here is 14 grams, and so I just did like 14 times 5, and I think it's about 74-ish grams. I'm going to use my food scale in my bowl and pour these ingredients in first by weighing them, and then maybe I don't have to wash any measuring cups. Let's see. Okay, we've got it zeroed, and here's my vegetable oil, and let's see how it goes. Okay, right now it's at 24, 43. I want to over pour. 64, 70, 72, 73, oh, gosh, 74, okay, 74. I'm going to leave it at that. Okay, the yogurt one is really challenging me. So I have I don't cook with eggs. So I have this Greek yogurt replacement that I like, but it doesn't have serving size of like cups and how many grams that is on the individual one. It just says that this container is the serving size and it's 150 grams. I did some Googling of what like Chobani Greek yogurt's weight is for 1/4 cup, and I got some mixed reviews. But then I turned to our Mega Chobani to bring tomorrow, and it said that the serving size is 3/4 cup, which is 170 grams. So my grade school math was challenged, and I was like, 3/4 equals 170 over X, and then I did some division, but I think I figured out the weight for the yogurt that I've already forgotten, but I'll check the calculator, and then we'll go from there. Okay, the amount is 56 point something grams, 56.6 or something, so I'm rounding up to 57. I've got the scale zeroed again, and let's just plop it in. Okay, we're at 11. Let's see if I can move that. It's hard to do at the same time. 27. 33. 43. 45. Will we get this right? Let's see. 50. 53. Committed to this cause of no measuring cups. Okay, 57. I'm gonna call it there. And get to our next ingredient, which is just a cup of water. So, hopefully easiest. I don't know. I'm not putting this back in the mix, and I am hungry, so. I just learned that a cup of water is 237 grams, and so now we're gonna load that up. Okay, now to stand this up for the next steps. I got the cake mix out. I'm hopeful that it smells really nice, like lemony. So we'll see. It's like opening the pouch is like one of the hardest parts for me. Definitely got a little bit on me. It's straight in there. Quite a mountain of cake mix we've got here. We're doing okay. Gotta get our hands a little bit dirty, right? Okay. I know with like strawberry cake mix, I feel like I can smell it right away. Yeah, this got a little lemon zest in there. Very cool. Okay, time to mix. I whipped out our old utensils for this. I do not have a mixer, and in this tiny space, I don't really aspire to having a mixer. I think it's worked out fine with what we have, and it would just be, again, another thing to clean, which, if you're catching on, is not my objective. I'm gonna move this scale because there's really no reason for me to be mixing on top of it. And grab a little bit of moisturizer because I just cleaned that cake mix off of my hands and they are dry. So I was looking in the pantry earlier and that's how I found this cake mix, and there's one more which is yellow cake. But I asked Bennett recently what flavor cake he would like to have next, and caveat, during Lent we are trying not to really have dessert together. The exceptions are things that are like fellowship involved, so if we go to my parents' house and they serve us dessert, we'll eat that dessert. But if we're spending time just the two of us, we won't go like get ice cream or buy groceries that are dessert. But our ministry has a soiree coming up that our friend is leading, and she put as one of the, I think, things that will serve some cake. And so I asked if I can bring one of those cakes, and that's a way to get to make the cake mix up that that Bennett was suggesting. So he wants chocolate cake with blueberry jam in the middle and cream cheese frosting. Chocolate cake is not my favorite, but I do like what he's suggesting, and I like that with the white frosting you can make like pretty like flowers and stuff on it, maybe because it's a spring soiree. I have some green sprinkles from last year. I don't know. Do people put expiration dates on sprinkles? Do they expire? But maybe I can put those on the cake as well. So in about a week's time, Lord willing, we'll be whipping up a cake again, and maybe using the scale again if this one turns out okay. I really do like the smell. Very lemony. So the oven's going. I washed this loaf pan, and I'm just trying to get all the, like, I don't know what that's called, but I'll show you. Okay, so it's looking good. I'm just trying to get the lumps out, and I need the 2 hands, so goodbye for now. My signature favorite thing to just throw into a cake is cereal, but I don't have that today, and I have the blueberries. But my other signature thing is always to forget to throw the thing in that I want to, but not today. So let's see if I can just kind of shake some in there. Any casualties? No, I think we're good. Okay. No idea how many is too many. Is there such thing? But I think the next step will be to grease the pan. I'm just gonna use butter because that's what I have. And make it extra greasy. And plop it in. And maybe finally face the water pitcher. A friend reached out and said that she's familiar with the water pitcher because she has it. So maybe I'll be phoning a friend soon. I'm gonna make it to boil elements of it. I don't know. Okay, time to grease the pan. The loaf is now in the oven, and I placed some star sprinkles on the top. I just had them left over from Bennett's birthday cake that I made him in October, but these are good till June, so might as well make use of them. Kind of a different choice for a breakfast loaf, but I like it. Okay, the cake's in the oven, and I promise I'm going to get to that water thing eventually. But I was remembering as I was smelling the lemon, the artificial lemon, likely, of the cake mix. I think the last time I made lemon cake was when my childhood best friend Justina came to visit my apartment. That was summer of 2024, and we went to see The Great Gatsby together, and it was a nice time. And I cannot wait for spring, and I cannot wait for summer. Lord willing, there's so many beautiful things about those seasons. I got the beach waves in the Hamptons on in the background on the YouTube throughout the day. Even though it says 35 degrees on the screen, I can't wait for it to be, hopefully with those beach umbrellas and stuff in the near future. What a day. I think the loaf is finally ready. The sprinkles melted, so not the aesthetic I was hoping for, but it still smells very good, and I think it'll be nice. The water pitcher has made it into the fridge. Oh, where is it? There. I don't know if you can see it, but there's water in it, and I haven't tasted it yet, but I'm hopeful. I have gone with cocoa butter combination, so Bennett's cocoa water bottle has some just soapy water in it right now, and my butter one does, and I'll rinse them shortly and then fill them up with our filtered water. It was intimidating, and hopefully I did it right. There was a step where the image looks like the filter thing is one direction and I flipped it the other, but the instructions didn't say that mattered, so we'll see. And it's time to start dinner. It's 5:04. Okay, it is, I don't know what time. It is 5:24, and we've got our tortellini in the purple pot. It's spinach and cheese tortellini from, I think, a company called Bresola or something. Just gonna add some Kerrygold butter. 'Tis the season, and maybe this, well, actually I don't think I'm adding it today, but what I would like to do for fun is this pumpkin seed butter. Just makes everything taste delightful, but we'll skip it today. And I'll probably add some hot sauce to mine and not to Bennett's. And maybe some honey mustard, which again is not a dish I would serve to anyone else, but I really like it. Okay, time to keep cooking. And we've got our water bottles drying here. And then I'll put them, then I'll fill them with water. I'm listening to this memoir from Connie Chung. I think it's just called Connie. So much like history in her family of just like how they, ended up in the States and what they experienced before that in China, and really meaningful to have like more context into a different woman who is definitely part of American history. And just to hear like her perspectives and be enriched by just understanding someone else more so than I did before, even when we don't agree on things. But yeah, I am enjoying it, and we'll see what happens next. He's back for lunch.
Now off to the trenches.
I think the last time I filmed was before you got home yesterday. What's happened since then? Collar.
We've got these sweet water bottles now.
I do like those.
And we have a half of a couch now.
That is great progress. I can't wait to sit right there today.
Tara is more well slept.
That's true. Took a nap from 9:30 to 12:30. Or 12-ish. Because we got to wake up before 6.
Okay, my love.
Crazy.
Alright,
later. Okay, so good afternoon. It's 1:40 on a Wednesday, and yes, Bennett just came for lunch. Yesterday was a success, I'd say, so far. The men liked their breakfast this morning, and for lunch I went with the Bonza chickpea pizza and some like little chicken meatballs cut up on top, because I just didn't want to use the pot in the middle of the day and then get to wash it twice. I'm really enjoying the water so far. It tastes really good, and it feels nice in this like size bottle. I was reading somewhere, I think that like this company did 27 ounces instead of the maybe bigger sizes that you see from other water bottle places, because they wanted it to be more like easy to use throughout the day. So I love that, and it's proving to be true, because the glass bottles that we were buying were just really big, and so that's great. The next plan is to clean the dishes from lunchtime, finish getting ready. I washed my hair, which was nice. I thought it was time for this video to be a bit more fresh-faced, and finish like washing my face now, and then do some computer things today. I think we get to have a dinner guest next Monday, which I'm really excited about, and so want the place to keep getting in order. It's a great motivation for that. So let's do it. Huge update in my eyes. The house is vacuumed, and it's so nice. Gross but satisfying to see just how much dust was picked up by the vacuum. But now I look at the floor and I don't see those dust bunnies. There's none right there. That's my organizing project for today that I think I'll leave for Bennett and I this evening. But I'm so glad that that worked out. And next I'm going to research how to, so the Bink water bottle, my new, object of so much of my attention. There's this rubber part that goes inside the cap, and I think it helps like seal the bottle when it's closed, but it looks like it's removable and you could possibly clean that part too. And so I'm going to do some research to see if it's advisable to like take that out and clean that, and if so, how. And then I'll embark on cleaning our bottles for this evening into tomorrow, so that I can clean today's bottles on Thursday. All right, let's see. Okay, Google's very quick answer is that it's best to take all the rubber parts out to prevent mold from growing, and that you can use like a toothpick or a butter knife for that. Since we haven't used the new bottles yet, I'm probably just gonna soap and water them without taking all the parts apart, but starting tomorrow to clean the ones that we have used today, Lord willing. I think I have some toothpicks at home, so we'll try to take the rubber parts out, and then just soak them in soapy water. It says you could use vinegar too, but I think I'm gonna go with my Mrs. Meyer's blueberry dish soap in a bucket with water. So at least there's that insight. And then that Bennett brought back the loaf from the breakfast yesterday, and it looks like there's like a little scratch on it, and so I think I'm gonna be getting rid of that and looking into a new loaf. But it sparked a bigger question for me in general of how we have these new like utensils and they actually work very well, so the knife like cuts amazing, but how do you keep your plates from scratching then? And I guess use them gently, but also is there certain materials that are better than others? So more research ahead for me. But I think I'll clean the new bottles first, because otherwise I probably won't get to it before Bennett gets home, and I want that to be done. Okay, loaf pan, not loaf. He brought back the loaf pan from breakfast this morning, not yesterday. I think the 3 hours of sleep from like 9-ish to 12-ish really do make me feel like today has been 2 days in one. But yeah, loaf pan from this morning. The bottles are washed, the toothpicks are found for tomorrow, and the sun is coming through the window in just the most lovely springtimey way. I'm so excited for warmer weather. I'm remembering last March was the start of our more official dating relationship really for Bennett and I, and it was around this time that we went to the Jewish Museum together and looked at an exhibit on the book of Esther in the Bible, and walked on Madison Avenue and had macarons together, and it was so sweet. I've been looking at the coats hanging up back there and wondering which ones I can just put in the closet now, because maybe, Lord willing, we won't need to use them again for this season. But I love the cusp of spring, and I'm excited now to do some online organizing, maybe start making dinner around 4:45, 5 o'clock. Spotted. Bennett, on the way to work. What are you bringing with you today?
What?
What you bringing with you today?
Fresh new water out of blue, the cobalt color, and some fake hydrangeas.
We both got lunch plans, so see you this evening when we're going. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, it is 5:13, and I'm gonna start making dinner. I ended up looking up different things going on in New York City. We have these dear friends who are very artistic and fun, and we haven't caught up with them since before the wedding, like properly, even though they were part of our wedding party. house. We haven't really caught up with them since the wedding. So I was looking first at plays and at the opera, but those were quite expensive. So I made my way back to a tried and true favorite, which is, just see how the water looks. Which is movies. So Metrograph and MoMA have some films we're looking for too. Hold on a minute. Okay, I'm back. I was just checking that the water looked good in the pot. I'm gonna get some pasta. I think tonight we'll have actually mac and cheese because we had like a refrigerator pasta yesterday. So shelf stable it is. Smoky Boogie. And I really should order more groceries. But I heard something in the hallway and I was like, it's not time for Bennett to be home. But let's check. Yeah, no, not him. So there's like a Marilyn Monroe movie series happening. And that had some cool options. And then Ben-Hur, an old film. I'm getting a phone call. Okay, I don't know what number that was, but it ended up saying goodbye. So Ben-Hur is also playing, and Pinocchio, and this other like Italian version of Fantasia. Well, they don't like officially claim that it is. And they're in a few different neighborhoods. I think I'll just offer all of them, and they're also on 2 different weekends. So maybe these friends are available for one and not the other, or you know, who knows, but I'm glad to have found those options, and we'll see. But time to prepare our bowls for some mac and cheese. And I know that they often, this one probably says to put in milk, but I put butter instead historically, and I like it. Yeah, I'm excited for dinner and for Bennett to be home. It is raining outside and we're headed to the Upper West Side. I wonder who we're meeting. Lunch was with my dear friend and cousin Mary, and it was so sweet. I'm on the Upper West Side right now, and just noticing some of the shops, but mostly the home goods ones. I'm really looking for some big bowls to serve pasta in. I think you're supposed to have like, or some people say it's best to have a bigger meal at the start of the day, but I definitely have my biggest meal at dinner time and need some hefty bowls for that. And if Bennett and I are hosting on Monday, we need enough for at least 3 people. So Pottery Barn had some cute ones. I'm going to check West Elm to see what their selection is like. Bennett and I are watching The Gilded Age, and the like woman with excuse me, new money. She is she's invested in the Metropolitan Opera opening because the Academy won't let her have a box, and I don't know, fictitiously or not, in the show Lady Astor's the one who's like in charge of the Academy, and it's cool to think that they're referring to this place right here. So I'm gonna go inside and see about this like 40 under 40 program, and if I can sign up for it so that Bennett and I can get discounted tickets should the occasion arise that we want to. I'm in the financial district. Just stopped by the podiatrist. She is lovely, Dr. Kim. And so it's always just catch up with her, but also helpful. And I have some time before dinner with a friend on the Upper East Side. Hi, little Levi.
Yeah, menu.
Good morning. It is 9:55 on Friday, and what a great day. So far, made a smoothie for Bennett this morning and reassembled our first batch of water bottles. So we're on the cocoa butter rotation again, and I did the thing I did the get to that I least wanted to do first, which was helpful. So the water bottles, the shell color and the cobalt one are washed and drying, which is great. They're ready to go for the weekend. Had a waffle with some vanilla cinnamon. Is that what it is? Vanilla cinnamon sunflower seed butter, and I'm waiting for the Whole Foods grocery delivery to come. Next, I think I'll do all the moving around things as much as possible first. Oh, and I washed my face and I brushed my teeth, which are good normal things. But I think if I'm spending the day inside, historically it was rare, and maybe I'd like push those things off or just wait till the evening again. But it was very refreshing, and so I feel clean-faced on screen here. And we have I think next week I'll be starting the laundry, Lord willing, but for now we have some very nicely folded laundry to put away and another bag somewhere on the floor here. So both of those I think I'll put away next. And then I have a friend who might take me up on wearing something from my closet for our ministry's spring soiree, which would be such an honor. So I'm going to look for anything that I think she might enjoy. Let's do it. Another reason to put the laundry away is that Bennett and I are scheduled to return to solid court this evening. This is his, this should be his fourth class, I think. And it's his first one at our actual, nearest by studio. And I'm, of course, excited for that. We get to experience a different instructor together, and it's our Frozen Pizza Friday. So the pizzas are in the freezer until later, but I think the plan will be to prepare them and then put them in the fridge and then heat them up after the class, so that we're not waiting a while after that. Again, the class is at 7 or 7:15, and so 8 something is late enough in my eyes for our pizza night. In the groceries this week, I have historically utilized Daily Harvest, but I wanted just even simpler ingredients. I mean, they're great. I've loved it, but the one I liked was the chocolate blueberry, and it had something called maca powder too, which I just don't know much about. So I'm going to try to make acai, blueberry, sunflower seed butter, Greek yogurt smoothies, and see if I can just get really hype about those. The waffles are not my favorite start to the day. I think something cold and fresh and eaten with a spoon is really what I've become accustomed to. So let's see. And I had been going to the local acai places, but it ends up being $10 to $20, I think, per meal. And I don't really know exactly the nutrition facts. And I personally have a history of counting my macros loosely, and so I think just having more insight into what I'm eating just feel more mathematical in a way that I like, and as the math board behind me kind of aligns with. So more to come on that, Lord willing. The laundry has moved from the living room to the bedroom. My strategy first, I think, is just to take everything out of this bag and separate it into categories, and then move from there to the respective drawers, closet, etc. So maybe that's what will happen today, or I'll just kind of one at a time move the pieces. This is our bedding, which is great because, well, now in here is a like replacement like quilt and the quilt that we usually use, and I think if there's a day between washes, which maybe we won't have anymore, we're like taking it off the bed and putting it back on, then we kind of can alternate between the two, but that was not available to us this past week. So for the last 2-ish nights, it's just been this beautiful UGG blanket that was a gift for our wedding, and an old blanket of mine, and our sheets. And right now it's getting warmer in New York, but here's the trees right now, still no leaves. I figured I'd continue with my face. It is getting warmer in New York right now, but Bennett and I are in one of those buildings that is a bit older, and we have this like radiator heat, and as I understand it, the temperature has to reach a certain threshold for the heat to turn on. I think right now we're nearing that temperature where it's still like cold, but it's not cold enough for it to be warm inside, which is very interesting. So I find that I'm colder in my house, I think, in like November and March than in the dead of winter. So it was kind of cold the last 2 nights without the blankets, and I'm excited for him to see them back now. So get to it. And I've been looking for something to listen to and get excited about, maybe have a podcast routine again, but I think I'll go to Apple News and see if there's any articles to listen to. The groceries are here, which I'm so excited about. I just get to unbox them, but I'm starving. So maybe smoothie bowl, acai bowl, something in the near future. My mom called this morning, which was so lovely. And I've done a little bit of laundry. I've reached out to some friends. So it's almost Friday night, and it's almost the weekend, Lord willing. So let's keep moving. Grocery unpacking complete. I just wanted to shout out some cool advertising. I went downstairs to get my groceries and was like, I don't see the Whole Foods bags that I'm used to. These are bags from Prime, but they're advertising Bermuda, and I just thought that was very clever. It has like different distances to get to Bermuda from different cities, so I don't know, just love it. I am optimistic that the laundry gets put away at some point, but first I wrote a little note to Bennett. When we first got back from our honeymoon, I really liked the idea of bringing some of the honeymoon spirit to our house, like the cool notes of the Greenbrier, so like tea time and a turn down service. And so now, every so often, Lord willing, I'll just put little notes at Bennett's bedside and some chocolates. And so this is his for today. He's done such a lovely job of treating this like my onboarding week to my new role as creative director of our house, as our housewife. And I'm very grateful that he would have fun and joy with this with me. And just want him to know how grateful I am. And want to just absolutely thank God for how precious it's been. So now I think I really am gonna make my smoothie. Okay, it's happening. I put like a full cup of acai berry, I think a half cup of strawberries and bananas, and maybe like a third or even less of blueberries. And I think I'll add chocolate ripple, like pea protein milk, and Greek yogurt. So excited. I just like miss weighing things, I think, on my scale. My breakfast has been very different lately and quicker, but this always feels a bit mathematical to me in a way that I appreciate. So I just got the yogurt organized and I'm mixing, and I'm gonna go with 85 grams. This is fully experimental. I'm not really sourcing a recipe or anything. That's 49. That feels like a lot already. 71. 85. Okay, we're gonna need another utensil just to wipe this off, but to be continued. And I'm gonna add like cocoa nibs made with dates because I'm trying to make it as similar to like what I used to have as I can. And my version. Okay. Oh, and like maybe that sunflower seed butter. It is 2:17. Bennett and I spoke on the phone at lunchtime instead today, just briefly. He had leftover Indian food from his dinner with my parents yesterday, and I've been working on, I said the groceries are put away. I listened to a very sweet podcast with Rachel Autry and Christian Bevere, who I guess came out with a new like journal and maybe book about praying for your future husband, and it felt very relevant to a conversation I had with a friend recently. So I was really excited to go to Amazon and click order, and Lord willing, give it to her this Sunday. Smoothie coming, but I think I should finish putting the laundry away first. I also emptied the fridge of things that just need to be discarded. I'm thinking that's gonna be Bennett's wheelhouse. So very grateful for him and his support. And I got a call from my mom, which was so sweet. I don't remember if I talked about it, but it really meant a lot to me. So I'm just excited to keep going through the afternoon and to eat soon because I'm hungry. Okay, here we go. I like the texture a lot. There's still more in the blender bowl thing. I just want it to be a little bit less tart. So any ideas, let me know, but I'm gonna keep tinkering. All right, we're here. How's it going?
We're bean booting.
Bennett has pants on. They're just his athletic pants.
I got shorts on.
It is about time to go to Solid Core. It's his first time at our home studio, and so we're running over with none of our belongings. What's the muscle group today?
The muscle group is, I'm not sure. I'm not in the know.
I don't know either, honestly, but we'll see. Solid Core. My love.
Hi, my love.
How is Solid Core?
My legs are shaking. They're quivering.
What did you exercise today?
I exercise my inner thighs, my core, my biceps and triceps and quadriceps and
every kind of
all the
step.
steps.
And now little Snoopy's keeping you company.
Got to look at Car the whole time. What?
Do you feel the way that Snoopy feels? He's laying on his little house.
Yeah, this is what you do after Solid Core. Your wife gives you pizza.
We got the pizza in the oven.
Very nice.
With our Young's Farm dish towel.
Yep.
Bon appetit.
Close, guys. I found it in the Easter.
So many cute things that Frank and Eileen were loving. The yellow set. And this is a skirt, which I thought it was going to be shorts. I like this even better. Where did we go this morning, Bennett?
We were at the church meeting for church leaders at Trinity, and talking about how we can best be of care and service to our ministries, and what other people we can best serve, who needs service right now.
Yeah, very beautiful how they're investing in our equipping to equip others.
We're very
and to
grateful
care
for
others.
them and all their support.
Now we get to spend the day on the
And
other
now
side together. I went to Goodwill too.
We did.
Clearing out the house. Probably. Francis Valentine's.
This is like a cute little picnic bag. You won't be able to fit much in it, but
It is very
you
cute.
can bring some stuff.
Let's see, what do everything is stunning. I like this green dress at the starting of the rack. Having fun, my love?
Oh, this is great.
And a little alleyway off of Madison.
I don't know what it's called.
With your La Lynn bag.
My La Linea bag. We figured out how to pronounce it. La Lynn. That was French.
I think that's how I heard it. So many fun discoveries. We're right next to Lady M. What have you learned about it, Bennett? What are they known for?
20-layer crepes. So if you want a crepe, you know where to come. Come here on Madison 78th here.
They're not on 78th already, are we? Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, somehow around 78th.
Amazing.
But very cool.
Getting closer to Butterfield.
Beautiful street we have here.
So lovely.
Getting closer to our...
Bennett made a friend.
Nicholas the bunny. He likes to watch frogs in the pond.
You like to watch frogs in the pond. I like to watch boats, but...
This is a great idea just for things to do. You just go
we should go look at the little pond today with the boats.
We should.
Here we go. Out to Butterfield.
Lord willing, we'll get some bread.
I love the flowers. Hi, my love.
Hi.
Where are we now?
I don't know. Park Avenue.
Eating
Olive bread.
You're eating olive bread. And we had some great Brussels sprouts. How did it fit into our Lenten commitments?
We're honoring the Lord by not eating out, so we get things from the market and eat it on the street.
Is it a technicality? We don't know. But we're trying our best. We did not get the hot soup because we felt like that was an overtly prepared food.
Did not get a sandwich prepared there.
Maybe it's if you could take it to go for your dinner later, then it's okay. I don't know. But
we're doing our best.
We're doing our best. And meeting neighbors, and now we're gonna try maybe one more grocery store before Bennett's mandate.
We're on the bus. Our legs couldn't go.
Our legs have given
in.
in.
Solid core.
The stuff behind you will go. We are not hoarding it, but
Protein pasta, protein chicken, protein soda.
sodas, not exactly.
Yep.
And a bunch of stuff to compost.
We got some Jenny's ice cream that we left out for several hours.
All
we
right.
had for dessert today.
All of our dirty secrets. All right. Adopo, Lord.